Well, hello everyone. I've got a brand new training video for you today. I'm going to show you how you can transform your medical or dental practice into a profitable machine in just 90 days. I've taken the time over the last several years to really dive deep into some fundamental issues medical and dental practices are facing. I will not only go over why you should fix these issues, but also how you can fix these issues. First, to get some of the administrative items out of the way, it's important that I let you know that to ensure compliance with requirements imposed by the IRS, I need to inform you that any tax advice contained in this communication cannot be used for the purpose of avoiding tax-related penalties under the IRS or promoting, marketing, or recommending to another party any tax-related matters addressed herein. Also, this video will contain general advice. It does not consider your particular objectives, your financial situation, or your needs. You should consider talking to a financial advisor or accountant before making a financial decision. I'm also happy to speak to you if you have any concerns about this. Now let's get through some statistics. A lot of people don't know this, but only 40% of business owners know even the most basic accounting, and even those 40% don't even know how to balance their books. Less than 42% of companies have a CFO. 82% of small businesses noted poor cash flow management skills and poor understanding of cash flow as a reason for their failure. One of the main reasons medical practices fail is because accounts receivable are not collected consistently and effectively, and also the reliance on cash flow alone instead of the profitability of your business. But we'll go over these items later. These statistics are a big deal because without proper accounting help, you are setting your business up for failure. Just like giving urgent care to your patients, dental and medical practices need to tend to their administrative and their accounting work in order to be effective and also to ensure they don't miss vital warning signs of financial issues. Now, these financial issues could turn into much bigger problems if not dealt with correctly. On the other hand, if you try to keep track of every small detail at your practice, you will end up spending all day sorting through mounds of paperwork with no time to see patients and increase your profitability. This is what I call the accounting trap. You need to care for your patients because that's your priority, but you also need to ensure you keep track of your numbers to ensure your practice doesn't get into financial distress and also to plan for the future. To a lot of people, it seems like you can only choose one. You can focus on your business side, or you can focus on your patients. In this video, I'm going to show you how to fix this issue. If you don't fix this issue, your business could end up bleeding money in places that you could actually be saving money. First, you won't be able to adequately manage your budget planning to keep your practice on track. Simple budgeting often is not the issue. A major problem practices face is how to properly analyze that budget and use it to make effective business decisions. Simply noting whether your budget has been met or not says nothing about the root cause of inefficiencies and your other issues in a medical or dental practice. Budgets need to be used to plan for the future, not just to look back and see how you performed. So basically, this leaves you guessing and guessing, and guessing is a direct path to failure. Second, you will not have an adequate way of managing receivables and payables if you don't have a sound understanding of your current financial position. You need a structured way of paying your bills on time and a way of tracking pending payments to ensure you don't lose any revenue. Your receivables are the lifeblood of your business. They get harder to collect the longer you leave them outstanding. And I know I don't need to tell you that. I'm sure you've seen it in your own business. Now, this can obviously lead to cash flow problems, which can negatively affect your ability to pay vendor bills, meet payroll, meet other important obligations, and also to be able to take the money that you need out of the business. Third, a good accounting system will help you prepare for tax season to ensure you are compliant and are saving as much money as you can. Now, none of us like to give too much to the IRS. And you don't want money leaving your practice just because you don't have that effective accounting system in place. Simple things like this can help your practice in huge ways. This may seem like a lot to take in, I realize that, but I want to be honest with you. If you don't keep a close eye on your practice's financial vital signs to ensure you identify potential pitfalls, you're just setting yourself up for failure. Lack of a strong business and accounting foundation can lead to bad decisions. Your job is to focus on delivery of care rather than business management and structuring a viable business model. Therefore, it is easy to forget about maintaining a proper accounting system and the importance of that. If you're not sure where you stand in terms of numbers, it's time to make some adjustments before it's too late. So let's talk about how you can save yourself and transform your medical or dental practice into a profitable machine in 90 days. If you're looking to increase profitability and collections while also reducing expenses and taxes by up to $30,000, you first need to review all of your expenses. There are ways to cut out unnecessary expenses in a dental or a medical practice, and that's a critical component of becoming more profitable. More than income can ever be, expenses are within your practice's control. The key to reducing your expenses is to look at everything and to get creative. One of the biggest areas in which you may be able to reduce expenses is to look for a less expensive supplier. You should frequently evaluate the current value of your supplier contracts. You may be able to find an alternate supplier that provides equipment of similar quality and lower prices. You may be able to evaluate the advantages of leasing versus purchasing equipment. You can also use this information as leverage to negotiate current contracts with your current suppliers. There are hundreds of ways to reduce your expenses, from staffing, too many staff for the wrong kind of staff, overhead, insurance policies, workers' compensation, and dental supply purchases. The key is to be creative, so let's go through a creative example. If you're struggling with energy costs but can't seem to find a way to turn any equipment or lights off, what should you do? One creative solution is to add motion detectors in examination and storage rooms. Using motion detectors to operate lights and equipment can significantly reduce energy costs for your practice. You should be able to find ways to reduce a lot of your expenses. Some require a little more creativity, but I can guarantee that it is possible. So let's move on to point number 2. You need to ensure you implement incentive-based programs for dental hygienists and other staff to keep your qualified employees around and to keep your employees happy. Goal setting is meaningless for your employees unless there is a reward. Without goals and rewards, work is just that, work. With incentives, work becomes fun and exciting, and it gives employees a reason to continue to work hard for you. There are a couple things you need to consider when implementing incentive-based programs. The plan needs to be simple and understood by everyone on your team. It must be administered regularly and checked for accuracy by you. Goals should be realistic, and you should design new incentives that motivate your staff. The third thing you need to do is ensure you are collecting those outstanding receivables. You need to put in programs to make collection in shorter time periods. If you don't manage and collect your receivables effectively, you could be setting yourself up for failure and cash flow problems in the future. Your practice was created as a business to help improve the health of your patients. It was not created to be a business where patients owe you money for extended periods of time. Yet there are so many practices that seem to be in the financing business. Now, there's nothing wrong with allowing your patients to pay over time. However, you need to ensure the patient has a solid plan for paying that bill in time. Some of the ways you can ensure collections in shorter time periods include offering a prepaid discount. If you offer a discount to patients who pay at the time of booking their appointment, this is a win-win for both parties. The patient obviously saves money, and you don't lose on uncollectible accounts receivable. Your profitability, on the other hand, may decrease slightly if you look at the pure revenue numbers, but that's nominal compared to the loss on uncollectible accounts receivable. Now, the second way is to ask for payment in full as the patient leaves. You'll be surprised by the number of people who will pay at the time of the service. If they require financing, they will ask you about their options. There are many more ways to ensure collectability, such as giving the patient a quote once you know what services they're going to need, so that they can plan ahead and know what money they need to come up with. So these are just a few examples, but there are several that are easy to implement. So these general guidelines that I've given you, you need to take a look at your practice individually, and you need to identify areas where you can improve the effectiveness of your receivables. This is just the beginning. Once you have your cash flow in check, you need to make sure this isn't the only thing you're relying on. All too often, I see dentists who, if they have, and medical practitioners, that if they have the cash in the bank, they assume that they're profitable and they take that money out of the business. But at the end of the day, the thing that matters most is your profit and loss statement. Your practice's cash flow could be considerably higher than the bottom line profit, or it could be considerably lower. So some of you that are solo practitioners with small practices may be asking, do I really need to worry about the profit and loss statement? And do I really need to review it regularly? Now, as an accountant, of course I'm going to say the answer to that is a resounding yes. And that's what I've found, that even the smallest medical and dental practices can benefit from using a profit and loss statement as a way to monitor their financials and to monitor those on a regular basis. So you're probably wondering at this point why you should listen to me. My name is Melissa Horsley, and I have more than 15 years of experience in accounting and bookkeeping, and I have worked with hundreds of small businesses. To give you a little background on my story, I worked for a small local accounting firm where I built a strong knowledge base in bookkeeping, accounting, and tax services, and then I went out and started my own business. My specialty and my focus is to provide superior accounting, bookkeeping, and coaching services to propel medical practices to success. The best thing about working with me is that my clients experience increased profitability and significant tax savings within the first 90 days of working with me. I'd just like to share some results from current clients. John is now able to focus on the truly important things, acquiring new business and increasing his company's bottom line. John said, "Working with Melissa has made a positive impact on our business in several ways. Melissa's attention to detail has been outstanding. We are extremely grateful to have her as part of our team." Douglas also saw his business become much more profitable after he started working with me. He said, "With Melissa's help, our businesses have become much more organized and profitable. We now know what areas of our business we need to be focusing on, monthly, quarterly, and annually." Alright, so you may be asking how you can decrease your tax bill by up to $30,000, increase your bottom line, and reduce expenses, all while planning for future growth of your practice. This is perfect for you if you're looking to transform your medical practice into a profitable machine, if you're looking to increase your efficiency, reduce your workload, and decrease your tax bill by up to $30,000. Right now I'm looking for a few more of my dream clients where I can help them get these kinds of massive results that I've shared with you. That's why for a limited time, I'd like to work with you in an accounting strategy session. This session is 100% free and there is no obligation. We will go through exactly how you can increase your efficiency, decrease expenses, plan for future growth, decrease your tax bill, and overall transform your medical or dental practice into a profitable machine. This is only available if you meet certain criteria. To qualify for this strategy session, you must have an existing dental or medical practice. This is for the people who know they are good at what they do and truly believe they can take things to the next level. Medical and dental professionals who understand that being an expert in their field is not enough to be successful. Now, knowing that we're a good fit is crucial. The truth is that there are some people who I cannot help. If that's the case, I'll be upfront with you and suggest an alternative. I'm here to help, and I'll do anything to point you in the right direction to ensure your medical or dental practice has a successful second half of 2018. The first step is to complete an application for a private 45-minute strategy call. Now, with that being said, there are only 24 hours in a day, and I'm not able to help everyone. This opportunity is extremely limited because of the time needed to provide you with incredible results. I only work with people who I know with certainty and conviction that I can generate results for. I currently only have 9 slots available over the next 4 days to schedule a strategy session. Please note that this window of opportunity won't be available for long. So, if you're ready to maximize your profits, step ahead of the pack, and become an industry leader, please apply for a strategy session by clicking the button below. I look forward to speaking with you, and I appreciate the time you took to listen to this. I'll talk with you soon. Thanks.